Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Take a seat. Welcome to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and we are back with This Week in Destiny. That's right. You know how we are. We have to review it. This Week in Destiny. I'll give you the honest. This Week in Destiny, we take a look at what the difference is between complaining and criticism. I cannot believe how many people, and it's not the majority, it is a loud minority of Destiny 2 community players, or people just in general, who don't understand this. Now, I get and I understand that our education system is not good. It's not great. But when you have people like this who comment on the video of last week, when I talk about it took 10 years to enable the ability to edit your character. I also criticize them for just not increasing the cap for Glimmer, and calling out that I criticized them way ago about the stupid caps on the synth weaves. Pretty well, good criticism. Then you have 5% IQ over here. All you do complain. This is why you only have 500 subs. Thanks for the shit twid vid. Well, first off, thanks for algorithm boost. Your stupid face is boosting it. But complaining, not what I did. Also, thank you for pointing out 500 subs. This is more than what most counselors have, and I have a full-time job, so it's actually pretty exciting to even hit that goal. I never expected to even hit that. So thank you for pointing out that I have more than you and what I anticipated I would have. Again, I don't get paid for doing this. I just do it because I think it's fun. So screw you, dude. But it would not be fair to not educate you. As I am a counselor, I can put on, I'm not a teacher, but I will take on the cap for the Destiny 2 community, or the vocal minority, should I say, because it's not everyone. There's people who understand and are reasonable. Complaining. We have to do this because it happens every video. Every time I give criticism to Bungie, there's always someone who's like, you're just complaining. Complain. To express grief, pain, or discontent. That is most of the Destiny community, is complaining. Because they're angry, they're upset. And you know what? There's actually nothing wrong with that. When you're feeling grief or pain or discontent, you're upset with what Bungie's been doing, and they're doing half-butt things, you have a right to be to complain about it. But what I do, I take it a notch above. I do it more. I criticize to consider the merits and demerits of and judge accordingly. To find fault with, point out the faults of. That is exactly what I do in these videos. I point out the faults of Bungie, the faults of people. Like I did a video on Granted Jake when he had some faults, and I pointed it out. Granted, I'm moving on from that drama. But the point is people in the Destiny verse, the community, not all of them, there's just, like I said, a loud minority, don't understand what criticism is. Oh, you're just complaining. And they brush it under the rug because they don't want to accept that the game that they're trying to tell themselves is gold actually has some piles of turds in it. Now, I'm not saying all of Destiny is crap, because then I wouldn't play it, but it has issues, and it's okay to address them. It's okay to criticize, to judge them and give merit of, to point out the faults in hopes that maybe those faults will be rectified. There, you just got yourself a lesson. This week in Destiny, I'm skipping a lot of this. The big point is wishes are coming in. And I'm going to be honest. They taught it's starting January 30th. And you go to Microsoft to activate it. Apparently, it's a high-risk objective. They start with high risk, and then they go and say complete a Legend Lost Sector or dungeons. Now, elitist hat for just 2 seconds. That is not, to me, high risk. But to a large part of the community, that is, right? Especially the casuals who don't have time, committing to something like that is high risk, right? Especially if you get a team who doesn't know what they're doing. Now, I never have a problem with this. You may not have a problem with this, but we have to think of the community overall. I don't care about this, really. It's not a break. I'm going to do it. I'm going to see what it is for my review, but I overall pretty much already know what to expect, but I'm going to give it a fair shake for the review. You're going to get options with rewards. There's 6 weeks, and apparently you don't have to do them within the 6 weeks. You just do them before the final shape, right? So that's the big thing. You can get Last Wish residence. So if you can't do Last Wish, you have an option to just do this, and in 6 weeks you can get quite a bit done with residences. You can also do like the glitch to get into the raid and hit the chest and hope for one. But the point is, for people who don't have time to do a raid, but maybe have a time to do a dungeon that's a little bit easier, this is a little bit feasible. You also can farm exotics, which I'm going to be honest, it's only Lightfall. And again, as someone who's a casual, this might be great, but we have so many options as just a general veteran. Like, none of this is like, wow, that's great. It's just another option to get an exotic. It's nothing to me, right? But for you who's a casual, or maybe you just don't have enough time, this is fantastic. Again, I'm putting myself outside of my own box because it's easy for me to put on the elitist hat and be like, oh, this is trash. But to people who may struggle, or someone who's coming back, this is a great way to catch up on Lightfall exotics. And there's a couple good ones, right? These are good. These are good. I don't know why we're seeing Titans. These are two questionable that are kind of, but you definitely want the other two for Titan. The biggest thing, mementos, because like who actually, I have to, let's talk about it first, and then I'm going to give my critique. This is where I'm giving my critique to you guys. Lost Memento, Dawning Memento, these are events. There's some people who are like I know people in my clan were like, well, that just kind of degrades the events. It's not like you can farm non-stop for these, to my acknowledgement. It sounds like you get you can get 6 of these, one of them, and you get to choose. It's nice to see exotic ciphers, which we'll get to that in a minute. I have no qualms. I do not care. Like, who cares? No one liked doing the events. Most people didn't like grinding because they were just really boring. So I'm okay with this. This is cool, right? If anything, it's like 6 free mementos. Enjoy, right? Like, who cares? Who is it going to hurt that someone has a shiny ice skin on their gun? Oh my god, he got an ice skin. That's not fair. I don't like it. I don't like that. No, you cannot do that. You cannot. In the mother of Russia, we don't do that. I don't know, I'm being stupid. But anyways, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? And then you can get Ascendant Shards, Ascendant Alloys. That's cool. Like, it's something to do to me. But what really upsets me, which is such a miss, and it is general criticism that I have, and this is pretty much the end of the TWAB. Like, nothing else really matters here, right? At Age of Triumphs, we know what to expect. There's nothing impressive about it. It's just like, ooh, look, shells. Woo, wow, wowie, wow. Age of Triumph has always been a flop to me. Since the first year was great, and then it's just kind of gone downhill from there. Yeah, at the moment, it is what it is. You should expect the same-o. And that's pretty much what they're talking about here. They talk about getting this nice sword emblem. Honestly, most people don't care about that, because people who care about emblems are going for like day ones, like me, or flawless dungeons, or the pay to have and then express how rare the emblem is later. That's such a weird crowd that we're like, you can sell your account, I guess, if you want to get some value out of it with emblems. But outside of that, like, who actually cares? But anyways, it's all subjective. Winning sets, like, who didn't see that? Actually, I will say I was very surprised about Titan winning the Good Wizard. I hate the hat, but the rest of the armor, maybe having a Trials of Osiris helmet on, like the bull one, I think that will look hot with that set. But the other sets, yeah, they definitely look the best. But it's a debate between the hunter and the warlock that I'll buy. And then, you know, game to give, people are doing some scummy stuff with that. Not Bungie, just people who are doing, yeah. If you really want to know, it's not like I don't want to be a drama channel when it comes to pointing out what people are doing. So I'm moving away from that, outside of just general companies and news. And then just known issues, right? Yeah. Cool art. By the way, I will say, and I have to praise, the Destiny community has amazing artists. So I will always praise them. They are probably the best part of the Destiny community is the artist. No doubt. They are the best. Anyways, going back, because I want you who actually care about the rest of the TWAB to know what the TWAB is. Why am I harping on this right here? Exotic ciphers. For the longest time, the only way to get exotic ciphers was Xur or the Battle Pass. And we haven't had any other routes to get it. Now, I personally don't care because exotic ciphers are whatever to me. What I want to bring to the table to you is we've had a new resource added to the game. And we've had it for almost 8 months now. And there has been zero free. I mean, there's like one free way. Other free alternatives like Xur has the ciphers. There's no other way to get deep sight harmonizers. In fact, let's go back in time, shall we? Here we have this week at Bungie 05/04/2023. That's quite some time ago. Let's come down here where they introduce deep sight activation, talking about how you'll be able to select weapons that are craftable and pop a red border into it using a deep sight. You get 3 free from the Battle Pass. So just 3 that are free. And then you get 3 that you have to pay for. That is the only way to get the Battle Pass is the only way to get this currency. Exotic ciphers you can get from Xur. Why is this important? Because they talk right here. Where is it? And they only make it to where you can carry 1 at a time, which is so stupid to me. Like, why is that always a problem? It's so stupid. Let's see. Oh, right here. I'm so sorry. I'm blind. You're like, it's right there. I really am blind. That's why I'm wearing glasses. This will be the sole source of this currency for the initial rollout of the feature. Additionally, only one harmonizer, and that's when they talk about how you can only have 1. Initial. So, for the season. But we've had other seasons since there. It's almost the final shape. And we have no other alternative ways of actually getting this material. It is such a miss because this would have been the perfect way to introduce it. You have exotic ciphers right there. Why can't you put Resident Harmonizer? You want people to play the game. Why is that? We've been looking for a way to put deep sight harmonizers in the game. Hello. But I know why. I know why they do it. Because if you can get deep sight harmonizers, you can get guns quicker. And if you get guns quicker, then you're going to play less. That's why we have yet to see a new source that drops harmonizers outside of the Battle Pass. They want money and they want your time. And that's my criticism, is that they used initial, implying that for the moment. In fact, someone's going to be like, ooh. So let's do a favor here. Initial definition. Let's find what is the definition of initial. Let's go to Webster's initial of relating to the beginning, the place at the beginning, the first. It is the first, the moments that it comes out. This is how it's going to be, implying that it's not like this forever. It is sad that I have to take the time to take kids to school, kids who are supposed to be adults, to educate them on what words mean, because they won't pay attention. They won't comprehend. This is a criticism. It's valid. Who does it hurt? Who does it hurt to have another source of harmonizers? So my criticism is this was an ability to introduce another avenue in the game for free to get deep sight harmonizer. Unless you have to have a Season of the Wish, in which case, there you go. There's another reason for people to buy it, is to have access to get some deep sight harmonizers. It seems like a total win to me, but I guarantee this is a free update, which I shouldn't really consider free updates in my review, but for the heck of it, why not, right? Why the heck not? But that's the week of TWAB, guys. Again, I'm sorry we had a little lesson at the beginning, but it's a low TWAB. This is kind of my biggest annoyance, is that they're able to finally introduce another source for exotic ciphers, but not deep sight harmonizers. It makes no sense. And again, it's a flop for me. The wishes seem like a flop, but for you guys out there who want to chase this stuff, it's a win, right? I'm not gonna say this is a failure. Bungie's a total, that was Season of the Dawn, because they did not Season of the Dawn. Wow. That was the Dawning event, because they did 0 changes. They didn't update it. They didn't add anything new. It wasn't really an actual activity to do. It was just snowballs and grinding, and that was it. But this, at least, I mean, you could say the same thing, but it looks like it's going to be maybe easier to get this loot. I don't know. Maybe I'm being hypocritical by giving it a pass. Maybe I need to be elitist. I don't know. Either way, my main criticism, why is it not deep sight harmonizer still not in the game and other routes besides the battle pass? And why was it not put here when a deep sight or a exotic cipher was added? Rant over. Rants, criticism, that's it. Bing, bang, boom. You learned what complaining is. You learned what criticism is. You also learned what initial. Welcome to my TED Talk. Welcome to the teacher's office. I'm the counselor, putting some kinds of hats on for your beautiful faces. I'm Mr. Game Counselor. As always, be the best version of yourself and game out. Jesus Christ on a cracker. Why does everyone have to, oh my God, you're complaining? Get a dictionary and learn words.